Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to make this like a 3-minute video. I'm doing bad at that. It's like my 10th recording because I keep rambling. I'm already rambling, but whatever. Okay, so this is a video about feminists versus feminists. And feminists are people that have generalized hate towards men and find all men as pigs, scoundrels, douchebags, whatever. Feminists are people that look for gender and sexual equality, in my opinion, because sexual orientation usually gets involved in feminist-related conversations and movements. And I have to say that I don't think men or women are the enemies of each other or anyone. I think it's just this idea of that we're generalizing, and that feminists are generalizing men as much as men are generalizing women, because when it really comes down to it, a guy who goes and sleeps around isn't a douchebag, a dog, or a scoundrel. He's just a man and acting on sexual desires. A woman who sleeps around is not a slut or a whore. She's just a female and acting on sexual desires. I mean, I, for one, can say that any time I've ever had a one-night stand, it was completely consensual, and the woman was wanting a one-night stand just as much or even more than I wanted to. So, I mean, that's just two people who are making a agreement upon each other, and it's not objectification, because a woman wants to just get sexual releases just as much as I did or anyone else did. It only becomes objectification when it is rape, or it is something that's a form of brutality or a form of forced upon, you know? And, you know, the idea is, like, I think it's funny, like, I see these, backwards conversations about this generalized idea of what feminist is or a man's world. And, you know what I mean? We have this thing where I think it's more of a mental part, you know what I mean? Yeah, we have a society where women grow up and they're told to be the secretary or the housewife, but at the same time, it's also it's your choice to listen to that. You know, you ask the average girl what she wants, who's the age of, you know, 7 to 18. I mean, 7 to 10, sorry. She says princess. Average guy, firefighter. You know, it's whatever. And it's this idea that, you know, we're kind of acting out our predetermined notions. So the princess wants to be taken care of by the kingdom. The firefighter wants to go save lives or whatever it is. So if that's the predetermined notion you have, then that's how you're going to enact upon in your world. You know, there's just as many women that use men for money as there are men that use women for sex. And neither is right. Neither should be done. You know, I have a girlfriend right now who's not ready. And, you know, she claims she's a virgin. She's older than I am. And, you know, I'm okay with waiting. I do, of course, I do, like, sure, you know, maybe on our trip, you know. You know, whatever. I'm not going to force myself. I'm not going to be disrespectful either. I'm just trying to make sure there's a complete mental understanding of one another. And, you know, we've come to some agreements on some certain things. And there are even things I don't even necessarily want to agree on because it's something I'm not even comfortable with. But I'm trying to be respectful. So, of course, I'm going to do it. And, you know, life is about compromise, people. And we have to compromise with each other and understand each other. I don't think either side is ever going to get 100% what they want, and that's what we just have to accept and understand, that there's always going to be guys that are going to objectify women. There's always going to be men that objectify guys, or women that expect something, or guys that expect something. It's just it's a human trait, not a gender trait, and that needs to be the tool that paves the way to no more masculinism, no more feminism, but humanitarianism. Because there are way bigger problems out there than the color of your skin or your race, which is different. I mean, creed, sorry, than the color of your skin or what gender you are. I mean, damn, dude, there's fucking asteroids that could take us out. Literally, asteroids bigger than the size of fucking Texas that could just we'd all be dead. Solar flares, man. A lot of things that could just wipe us the fuck out like little specks in the dust. And here we are squabbling about unimportant shit every day. You know, it's important to us as individuals, but as a whole, it's not. It's really not. It's just like, ugh. You know, sex doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't really matter as a form of reproduction. I feel it because of hormonal things and because of predetermined notions about it. So of course I'm not going to say I don't desire it. I'm not a fucking liar or hypocrite here. But I'm just saying that we need to shift our mode of thinking as a civilization and understand that there's way more important things to be thinking about. Why don't we just put all this effort towards sexism and racism and economic and isolationism and humanitarianism and put it towards science through understanding, because if we did, you know, we wouldn't have enough time to really squabble, because we'd all be too busy about making the real Enterprise or about making the spaceship to go mine the asteroid. You know what I mean? We'd put too much mental effort to care. I mean, think about 1960s space race, racism at that point of the space race when the Apollo was put out, and sexism. That shit actually was like really fucking minuscule. It didn't really matter. No one really cared. Men didn't really think about objectifying women. All they cared about is, holy shit, we're going to space. You know what I mean? I think that's really what we need to be doing. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But I really think that focusing on hate not going to solve anything. Focus on understanding and peaceful recognition with each other is the only way we're going to have everlasting peace as a species, as genders, or as sexual preferences, or whatever the case may be. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If not, I'm sorry I wasted your time. Have a good one.